Namaste, Jai Bharat. The word Jahiliyat is mostly used in Urdu. Now, Urdu is a language, an extension of Hindi, basing on Hindi, where words from the Persian language are used deliberately. And the syntax of the Persian language also has an influence. And in the Muslims, even in Bharat, used to think that that's a separate language, but fundamentally it is Hindi only. Then also, now also. The words are borrowed from Persian. And in Hindi, the words we find mostly Sanskrit words. So they have a repugnancy towards Sanskrit, the Muslims, especially those days. So they deliberately try to substitute Persian words where Sanskrit words were used in Hindi. We use Sanskrit words in all our mother tongues in Bharat. That happens naturally, spontaneously, not really wantingly. Rich literature always carry Sanskrit ways, in spite of the fact that Sanskrit was never anyone's mother tongue. So this Jahiliyat is of course Urdu. That is, how could you translate it as absolute ignorance? And someone says, you can't educate them, not teachable. You just can't teach because not teachable. Not teachable because they're always convinced, already convinced that they know everything. Nothing else is required to live more. There are many interviews. Interviews means that kind of interview. There are many questions that YouTubers at times ask the madrasa students. The normal question with the Pakistani YouTubers ask the madrasa boys is that, why don't you think that you must learn science? Then the answer is stereotype printed. Science is not necessary. Everything is given by there's a long time, there's a God. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, something they will say, given by God. So you don't have to do anything. That passivity, wait, things will happen. So this ignorance, gross ignorance, makes them vulnerable to being taken for a ride by anybody, easily emotionally getting devastated. And they are very proud of calling themselves, we have jazba, हम एक जज्बाती कौम है, हमारे पास जज्बा है. And these people foolishly think that's a great quality. That's a great quality, but that destroys them. They have that and nothing else. In Germany, we have some thinkers, including Marx, who are called as romantics. They romanticize the phenomenal world and create theories. Max Muller was one romantic. Germans identified these people correctly as romantics. Just in their fleeting fantasy, they rise up and down, which has nothing serious to do with reality. That's too refined an expression. But this Jahiliyat of Pakistani community is really irredeemable. You cannot correct them, not teachable. Many funny incidents happen. Suddenly, some movement in the society, someone says that we found oil in the sea. Oh, they all become so enthusiastic about it, very happy about it. Now we will all be rich. There was no oil found, somebody said. We have these minerals lying buried in so many places. Oh, they jump for a month to or even a quarter, saying that we are all going to be rich, we are going to be rich. Nothing really happens. You look at the history. Such epochs keep happening in Pakistani society. Then China making trade routes, CPEC or something like that. And Pakistanis are blinded by the thought of that we are becoming rich, we are becoming rich. These people don't want to do anything, but they have to become rich and get everything. They are so blind. Then somebody says there is something found somewhere. There was another talk that lot of gold is found there. Oh, again that made them rich. Each time they have this belief that things comes to them, riches goes to go to them. It precipitates, and after a couple of months they forget. Then another wave of such leprosy goes into the society, and then everyone jumps and thrills. After a couple of months they get subsided. This sine wave condition continues in Pakistani society, and they will not realize how spurious such things are. Anybody says anything in that sudden moment. There is this mob psychology everywhere, mob mass thinking everywhere, but they are not that irrational as you find in Pakistan. So what would you call such society? Other than irredeemable? They will cease to exist, I'll tell you. They will cease to exist. They have no future. And no wonder more than half of the society go insane. Absolutely nothing to hope for except believing that God will give everything one day. And even the youngsters, prime of the youth, they want something to happen from outside, not from inside. Now this had destroyed. Actually, right from the day one of the two nation theory, it was an empty thought. They could never coexist as a nation, and they were not a nation in the past, could not become a nation during their so-called separate existence from Bharat. The only thing that they've learned is to hate Hindus, hate anybody whom they don't like, and quarrel among themselves, which will go on ad infinitum into infinite regress. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.